So what we got here? Well, this is Nellie's little engine. This is her Lister 3 horsepower. And we've got the field days coming up on the 19th to the 21st of this month in fielding. And this has been sitting here for probably a year untouched. I've stashed it away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it on a forklift and get it out, give it a bloody good clean off. And I'm building a water feature for her. So I bought this off of Temu, funny enough, ages ago now. It's a copper coloured ball. And then off of one of my mates, I ponched this water cylinder. It's an old header tank. I've already started playing with it a while back, so I've put that pipe through there. It's a bit of I think it's 40 mil pipe, something like that, copper. The idea is for the ball to float on there when the water's pumped. Don't know if it's going to work. The only way to see if it's going to work is to try the bloody thing, I suppose. So that is my tank thus far. A bit more to do on it. I've got to clean it as well. So I might shoot to town, get some wire wool, some nice heavy stuff to give it a bloody clean. I also need to get some more parts for this pump. I need to get a new water pipe for the cooling system, because that one I repaired with self-amalgamating tape, which has sort of done the job a bit, but it's a bit Heath Robinson, so I shall bugger that off and buy a new bit of hose for that. While I'm there, I might buy some more bits of hose for this down here. So I've got to cock around with those as well. That's the supply for the pump, and then that's the outlet. I've been machining some bits up for it to make it work, but that is the plan to stand. So I'm going to get the forklift, move my Mini, which has got to be sandblasted, this body shell, for the other project over there. But anyway, I shall move it out of the way and get my engine out, innit? Right, so here it is, our little Lister 3 horsepower. I've given it a bit of a water blast off, and I've just had it going as well. So it goes. It's not been going for a year or so, I suppose, and a little bit of monkeying around. Still got the same fuel in it as I put in it before, and it runs. So this is what I'm building over here. Let me just relocate. Hold on 2 secs. So this is my plan. So this, move that away and that. This is an old hot water header tank of my mate. Had it kicking around. He was going to use it for a garden feature, and I saw it and I snaggled it because it's perfect for this. I'm going to try and clean it up a bit, make it nice and shiny. But what I've done so far, as I said, is I've got the spout coming up on the inside. That's the water return that's going to make our feature. That's the water to the pump. Now what I've got to do, I'll show you my little copper balls. I haven't even unwrapped it yet, but that's the little copper ball. It's just got a little hole in there, which I'm going to block off, or I might put some water in it. I don't know. It depends on how it performs. So the idea is for that to float up and down on there on the water as it pumps. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's the plan. If not, it'll just be a fountain, and that'll be that, and that'll be a waste of a copper ball. Use it for something else. But yeah, the idea is for that to float up and down like that. Just a little bit different to everyone else's stuff who's just got coloured water and whatever. I thought it'd be a bit snazzo, you know. So that's going to go there. So what I've got to do is just adapt this pipe work. So yeah, I've got that bit of pipe in there. I'm going to weld a 90-degree elbow on that one, and then I have got a piece of gas barrel that fits in there. There it is there. That bit there, I believe. Oh no, that's for top. That's my toppy bit. But I've got another bit of gas barrel that hopefully fit on there, and with a bit of pipe over it onto the elbow there, I can just get a rubber junction, like a bit of tube as a joint. I've just put a new one on here. So this one here was an old flexible joint. It's all perished and buggered. I had put some self-amalgamating tape around it just to seal it up so I could play with it. But I've just got a hose from Repco, and it actually fits perfectly. It's the right shape and everything. I did cut the pipe down a touch, but yeah, pipe that's perfect. Much better water flow. So that the cooling side of it is mint now. So it's just the pump side. I don't even know if this pump works, to be fair, because it's probably been run with no water in it, which doesn't do them a lot of favours. But we'll see, eh? Anyway, so the first thing I do is this top one. Now, it's all plumbing fitting, so what I've got is some plumber's thread. It's like boss white, or what I used to call it. I'm just going to put a bit of that in hemp, you know, period correct, apart from this stuff, which is modern, but it looked like the old stuff. So I'll give that a schnazzle of that, bit of hemp on there. I don't think you can smoke this hemp, not that I smoke anyway, but some people do, don't they? And then this is the first bit of the puzzle, well, part of the puzzle. And we'll get that bugger on there. You don't need loads of this. I see people put so much on it and they don't put it on right. You don't put it on like a bit of string, you feather it out, that's what I found, like that, and lay it on flat in the direction of the thread, like that. Otherwise you just get a big clump at the top. So put it on nice and flat, look, see, like the old PTFE tape. That's how I do it anyway. Plumbers will probably say, what are you talking about, you wanker? Anyway, works for me. Like that. And we'll wind that little bugger in there. Get in there. Once you find the start of the thread, like that. So I should wind that little bugger in and get it facing the right way. Too long. I'm going to get myself a pair of pipe grips and I'll wind that in. Right, so that's my bits of pipe prepped. So I'm just going to weld this one together. Well, silver solder. It's like a alloy, some sort of bloody thing, I don't know. We use it for heat pumps and it works good. What I will do is just weld these two pipes together, these two bits of welding rod, just so I've got a bit of longer stuff, eh? Like that. No, I won't get burnt fingers, see? Probably do with a bigger blowtorch than this for this, because this is quite a lot of material to heat up. But we'll see how we go, should be alright. It's an open circuit, so it's going to be bugger all pressure on it anyway. Apart from me copper ball, don't you know? Much more nicer. Well, so there's our first bit. Just got to clean it all up, bit of wire wool. What I'm going to do is I'm putting a boss in it. That is going to go in there. And I'm going to put a tap on it so I can drain the tank, so after we finish showing it we can empty all the water out of it, otherwise it'd be a pain in the arse. So that's going to be welded into there, and a nice brass tap, so I'll just do that next. So that's the boss welded in, and there's our old tap. That was on the old engine originally, but it was returning the water from the pump to the radiator part of it, so I'm going to repurpose it and that going there like that. Anyway, what I'll do, I'll go and cool this down because it's bloody hot. Gently, obviously. Right, so here's our next bits to weld on. All made up ready. And then I'll fit the tank to the wood thing. I'm going to have to make some timber up around there to clamp it down. And then get some rubber tube from somewhere, probably steal it off an old tractor or off an old car or something that's lying around, to complete the circuit. Then I'll be able to fill it up with water, start the bloody thing up and have a go, eh? That'd be nice. Anyway, let's just weld these buggers on. So now I've got to join these bits together. So bit of pipe there. Ideally a longer rubber one would be nice, but I haven't got one. And then a little bit of rubber on there, just between there and there, a couple of clips. Tap can go in. Then I could chuck some water in this and just see if it works. So I think we'll do that next. So I'll try and find some bits of pipe and cobble it together. I had to shoot in the town to get a couple of bits, but I've got them. Some more clips and another bit of pipe. So it's cobbled together. And they don't look very pretty at the minute, but that'll do for now. Once I've proved that it works, then I can make it look pretty, can't I? The first thing I'm going to do is I'll top up I shall top up our coolant in here. So that's for the engine. I'll fill that one up first, and then I'll fill up our next one and see if we've got any leaks, and then we'll fire it up, see if it goes, and try our ball on it. This is a fantastic cooling system, though, very simple. The water goes through the bottom of the cylinder there, and it's pumped. So water out of the tank is pumped through there, through the bottom of the cylinder, comes out the top of the cylinder, and then runs down this little mesh here, and then it cools it down. Radiator, isn't it? Clever, eh? So once we've got a bit of water in there, I'll fill up the tank, and then we'll give it a bash. Got a couple of leaks to address, but I'll do that when I prettify it. I'll re-weld those joints. Little pinhole in one of them there, pinhole in one there, and a pinhole in one on the tank. But you know, I need a bigger blow lamp, don't I? But that'll do to get it going, see if it works. Might have enough in there already, I don't know. Don't know how much capacity this old pump takes when it starts pumping. It might be loads, but yeah, I'll keep filling it up a little bit longer, I think, because I can always get it with a forklift, take it outside and empty it. See? Well, here we go. Just fired it up, fired straight up. It did. We haven't got a lot of pressure here. Looks like I need some new seals on the pump because it's pumping a little bit of water out, but I think they're just leather seals. That's all good. But it is got water flow, look. But what I will need to do is probably reduce the size of that pipe to get a bit more oomph. Because if I put the ball on there, it don't really do bugger all. But, look at that. Field days, here we come. Right, so I'm determined to make this little water feature work. So I've already started. I've cut a disc of steel. I've ordered a bit of copper, but because I'm an impatient bugger, I thought I'd just try it out steel first. Would have been a lot easier in copper. But anyway, what I did was put a centre in it, cut it out, then I've scored a load of rings around it, and all I've been doing is going around with a hammer, 2 different hammers, this big bugger, like that, essentially stretching it so it's going to form a cup to take our ball, which is over here, nearly there, which is like that. Now I want to get it as close as I can so the water, when it comes out, will essentially make this ball spin and look like it's floating, and the water should just trickle down the side, and if I get it perfectly level, it will look like a waterfall, so it will look like the ball's just floating on water. That's the plan. So I've got a little bit further to go on that. I've probably, I don't know, 10 mil out. So I'm going to crack on bashing that, put my ball back on its stand. I'm just going to carry on bashing this until I get it the right shape for that ball, so it's a nice finish. I'm not too worried about the divots and dents in it. Then I'll have to pop a hole in the middle and weld on a fitting to go onto the 40mm copper pipe, but I shall persevere with this. And I'll show you what it looks like when I've got it bang on. It's a very laborious process. Be easier with a power hammer, but I ain't got one, so that's my power hammer. That's an old Heights kit bag filled with sand with a bit of tape around it, and that'll do as a bag. So I'll crack on and I'll get this done, and I'll show you when it's finished. Bowl, isn't it? Or a little hat. Look at that. But that's pretty much there. I don't think I'm going to go too much further with that. I'm not worried about the dimples, as I said. Now I shall whack a 40mm hole in it, give it a clean up, and then I shall weld a piece of, I'll make myself a little bit of pipe to go around the copper. So that will sit on top of the copper. I'll extend my copper tube up on my water feature, and then I'll give it a crack. We'll just see if it works. Should do. Oh, but I will fix the leaks first. someone didn't weld it up properly, did they? Because it was upside down, and they don't like doing upside down welding, so I'll do that and all. Alrighty, so that's what I've got. Little bowl, and then I've got around there, bit of copper, and I don't want to distort this, so I'm just gonna weld it with a bit of JB Weld onto there like that. Otherwise it might distort and go all over the place. And then I'm going to weld that onto the bottom of here, and then that will sit over the other pipe to extend it, and I can just collapse it down when we transport it. But anyway, well, that's like the Olympic torch a little bit without the torchy bit. But anyway, I'll weld that first, then I'll put that onto there with the JB Weld until my copper turns up. Anyway, then I might make it out of copper, and then I can silver solder it on. But yeah, that'll do for now, just to see if it works, innit? Because I'm impatient, apparently. Right, just going to weld this on here. Try to weld this on here without knocking it off anyway. That's got that. I'll let that cool down, then I'll do the JB weld, and then so that's what I've ended up with. I've still got to repair me welds down here, but that's the idea. I say I'm hopefully going to do that in copper, and it'll be welded and it'll be polished up and all nice and shiny. I'm going to polish all this up, but for now it's just trying to make it work so we're ready for the field days, so we can just take it there. And even if it looks like that, it's still going to be better than taking nothing, isn't it? I think. So I'll let that JB Weld dry, and then I shall pull this tank off, turn it upside down, fix those welds, and then we could give it a crack, see what it looks like. Hopefully it's a Splendor. If it ain't a Splendor, then it'll be a bloody failure. But anyway, I think it'll look good. The boiler will float, but I don't know whether it's going to look really, really good or not. Who knows? But yeah, look at that. Water feature, innit? Well, it will be. I put water in it. Well, you know what? I spent all that time yesterday making that, because I ordered the copper for the making that yesterday as well. And I thought there's no way that the copper's going to turn up. And what was in the post this morning, my sheet of copper, which I've already turned into that. Made it a little bit bigger because the other one, the water was spraying out the side, which was no good. So I thought this might help it go up a little bit. But yeah. So the way I did that was the same as the way I did that, but I did make a little bit of wood with a bowl in it. I used the angle grinder and a chisel and just rake that out. It was a bit easier. Get it in there and just whack it. But it's come out pretty good. I won't bore you with how long it took. It was bloody ages. But anyway, I've got that. Next thing I'm doing is the boss for it. So I've got a coupler. It's a bit hot at the minute, I think. Is it still hot? Yes, it is hot. I've just annealed it. It's just over here by the vise. Where are we? About there. So there it is there. So I've just annealed that bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flare it out to make it like a funnel, and it will cup the bottom of this, and I'll just solder it on. My mate's got some solder I'm going to go and borrow. So we'll solder it on, which doesn't have to get as hot. And I think it makes a nicer job. It's not pressure, no pressure on it. And then I can solder the other bits on there and solder the joints that are leaking on there. I'll clean them up and then, yeah, get it all done at once. And there you go, look at that. Proper, or a nice little light shade, look at that, see? It's only thin, it's only like 0.5 mil, but yeah, it's come out pretty good, and it's only got to support that copper ball. So I'm going to go and get the solder off my mate. He's just been here and had a cup of tea, and it's just baggered off. So I'll give him a chance to walk home, and then I shall shoot around here and grab the solder, and then we'll be in it. I'll just show you this. So that's me coupler, which I've annealed. What I'm doing is got a pair of grips, and it's going to start off pulling it round so as it will fit onto my new cup. But yeah, I'll just gently go around like this, giving it a little tug, doing about 8mm, I suppose, 8-10mm. Just keep winding it round and round and round, and eventually that'll go nice and flat. I'll probably have to anneal it again because it'll go hard, because that's what happens with metal. When you work it, it hardens up, don't it? Unlike a lot of people, when you work them hard, they soften up, but they should harden up. Just keep going round and round and round. And then I can give it a smack. Anyway, look at that, see, it already started. So I should give that a bit of a beating and show you what it's like when it's done. There we go. That bit there now fits on there like that. With a wee bit of solder, should be lovely. A bit of pipe up there, just got to get it all centre and whatever, but that'll go like that. Bit of pipe up there, Bob's your uncle, innit? Well, there you go, look at that. It works, done. Bloody marvellous, isn't it? 100 years in the making that was. Obviously 100 years old Lister engine, but yeah. Bloody marvellous. Off to the field days then.